Hey guys, I am at my studio here getting some work done. I was about to start doing some QuickBooks, yay fun. And I thought we'd talk a little bit about business, some shop talk, and I'll give you a quick tour of my studios just to give you an idea of what it looks like. Right behind me here, this is the first studio that I started with. Obviously, it didn't have this much stuff, but when I moved in here in May of 2012, there's my desk over there. I started my LLC in January 2012. I started my business here in May of 2012. But one of the things that people don't know about my business is that there was about 4.5 years of sweat equity put into it before I opened my doors here. It was just straight hustle, honestly. I started working for myself in the summer of 2008. And I just trained for free. I gave away free sessions just so that people in the space that I was training could see me training. I think that's a big part of it is people need to see what you're doing to see if they would be comfortable with what you're doing before they're gonna take the leap to train with you. I did package discounts just to get people going, get people training with me, and it just built up from there. I built my client load up, my clients started to reach their goals, and I needed to come up with another challenge for them, so I started creating a boot camp class. And back when Facebook didn't have any restrictions, I would put up pictures and videos of my boot camps and tag everybody in it. And before you know it, my boot camps grew to be about 30 plus people. And it got to the point that the space that I was at was no longer able to accommodate the size groups that I had. So I had to look for my own space, and that was that. It was basically just, working hard and looking for opportunities as they came along and grabbing those opportunities when they did. And that's just, how I continue to grow. We do a bunch of stuff here. When I first moved in here, I taught everything by myself. I wanted to see how everything flowed, what people were looking for, how my business was going to work before I started bringing on other instructors. I think that's another thing too when people open businesses like this is they, say, I'll just open and hire some people. And, if you don't know what you're doing on the ground level, it's kind of hard to help other people get into what you're doing and do it successfully. So about the second year, I started bringing on some other instructors to do some classes, and we just kind of kept growing from there. Now I've got, we range somewhere between 6 and 9 instructors depending on what kind of programs we have going on here. I still teach a lot of the classes myself. I teach large group classes, teach small group training, which is comparable to personal training, but with a few more people in the group, about 6 or fewer. And then I still also do personal training a lot, although my personal training tends to be for more people with medical conditions or people that are just looking for that individual attention versus doing a group. So that's pretty much that. Let me give you a tour of the rest of the studios here. This where was Studio B in here. I'm going to take you down the hall. There's a few different businesses. This is an old mill building built in the late 1800s. There's a few different businesses in here. There's a hairdresser over there. There's a bathroom down there. So the front studio here, Studio A, is the second studio that I took on after my business was going well, and I felt like we could expand a little bit and I wanted to add some more programming. So this is Studio A. Put the keys out here. There we go. So this is Studio A. This is where we do yoga and bar classes, which are very popular. We've got room for about 20 people in here. Hi. Hello. And this room I renovated about 2 years ago, I think. And it didn't look like this, definitely didn't look like this before I renovated it. So we put new floors in, we put mirrors, all of where you see the drywall, that used to be brick, like these walls here. And put in that split unit so it's nice and cool in the summer and stays warm in the winter. And yeah, it's good stuff. Let's check out Studio C. So we're going back by Studio B again, and we're going down this hallway. Studio C is downstairs, which can sometimes be difficult to find, but we do have a separate entrance down the bottom level. It's a little bit easier to find. So this is the third space that I added on after the first two were going well. And here's the separate entrance. My landlord just put a new door. It's really nice there. So Studio C, I don't have a sign for this one, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory that it's another fitness studio. So let's open up this door here. Yeah, so this is Studio C. What do you think we do in here? Madness! So these are aerial hammocks for our, oh man, we do a bunch of stuff with them now. We do aerial fitness is our primary class. We do restorative aerial yoga workshops. We have meditation workshops in the hammocks. So it's really nice. My landlord renovated this studio before I moved in. There didn't used to be any windows down here. So the windows were put in, a bunch of them. That exit there is just there because, you know, per whatever code, there has to be 2 forms of egress or something in the space. So that doesn't serve any purpose. Hey! And so we do some small groups down here. You can see we still have a rack down here. I've got some dumbbells, some bumper plates, stuff like that. And then we have these lovely Kaiser bikes. I love these bikes. They're my favorite. I already said that, but so we do have cycling classes down here. I just started teaching a high intensity interval training with abs class. So that's all fun and good. Let's go back upstairs. Thanks for taking that tour with me. I hope you enjoyed seeing the spaces. If you haven't been here yet, or if you have been here, a little bit of backstory maybe is helpful. But if you're somebody that's looking to open your own business, whether it be fitness or not, my best recommendation to you would be to go work for somebody else first. I got certified as a personal trainer in 2002, so I had about 5 or so years that I worked for other places. I worked for different gyms, I worked for a personal training company, and I think you need to know what's happening in your industry before you decide to open your own doors. And you think you need to work at a bunch of different places. You need to learn how different people run their businesses. You need to learn what works, what doesn't work. And that way you have a good foundation for things that you would do and things that you wouldn't do in opening your own business, so that you're not walking in just learning as you go and winging it. And then also when you're working for somebody else, always be available. Hustle, work as hard as you can. You available to train at 5 a.m.? Yes, I am. You available to train at 9 p.m.? Yes, I am. Just keep working, work and work and work and work and work until you build up to where you want to be and you feel comfortable stepping out on your own. You need to have that client base. You need to have that foundation before opening your doors for a business, because running a business is hard. It's really hard. And if you don't have that foundation first, some may succeed, but what are the statistics for businesses that stay open? It's not very great. So it's been a great experience working here and working with you guys, and I hope that you learned a little something today, or you at least got to see the space. And any questions, I'm always here, happy to help. You can check me out on my website, ashleybrodeur.com, or follow me on Instagram, check out my stories, Ashley Brodeur Fitness, and I hope to talk to you soon.